I watched Jaws synced up with Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and I was surprised. How's that for a hook? The opening track, of course, starts with Speak to Me. You've got heartbeats. You've got this cascade of noise from the songs that you're about to hear in the album as the camera is floating through the water, the opening titles, the opening credits. And then the frame, when it cuts to the campfire scene, is exactly when Breathe begins. My God, based on this strong opening, I had to finish the movie. Not only does this music fit well, sort of thematically, it's just kind of hopeful beginnings. A young man eyes a young woman across the way, and they embark on a crazy, drunk, running on the beach moment. But it fits the time period. Dark Side of the Moon came out in 1973. This movie takes place in like 74, 75. It feels authentic to what we're actually watching. And then when the lyrics begin, it cuts to them running along the beach. At this point, I'm on another planet. Forget the sun as the sun's going down. The shark attack begins with On the Run. Race towards another grave. So after such a strong opening, I'm like, I don't know what to think. I don't know who I am anymore. And then the excitement kind of dissipated for a little bit because, On the Run doesn't really match the nice morning that Chief Brody wakes up with his wife and kids. There's a nice little bongo beat that matches a crab falling onto the dead woman who was eaten by the shark. And just the foreboding feeling of the opening of Time is pretty good with this gruesome discovery on the beach. Little thing as Brody is typing shark attack on the death report, the beats of the typewriter kind of match the bongos. And then the beat of Time, when it really kicks in, it's like matching the pace of Brody as he's marching across this small town to go buy a sign, to write, please keep off the beach. He's on a mission, man. And this music, it fits very nicely. So after a mostly incredible initial 13 minutes, there's bound to be a letdown. So, nothing really synced up with the infamous dolly push in to Brody when he sees the shark attack. In fact, the Great Gig in the Sky, it climaxes right before the shark attack. But still, it's kind of nice, ironic imagery. It kind of works because it's so opposite. There's not a lot of power, and after that climax, it's just very soulful vocals over horrific imagery. Money begins to play as the mayor holds his little town meeting, and I thought it was a little appropriate because he's just pretty much all about money. He just wants the beaches to stay open, man. Grab that cash with both hands and make a stash. And then at this point in the viewing experience, I just grew more and more disappointed, especially after such a strong opening. Nothing for Us and Them. And I will say at this point, I'm looking ahead at the sound waves of both the film and the song, because I am going through this in Premiere. I'm lining things up just on a timeline, and I'm making little markers when I feel like there's a good moment. And now I'm looking ahead at the peaks and valleys of the sound waves, and I know what's going to happen. we're in the scene where Richard Dreyfuss there and Roy Scheider, they're looking in the dark, and you know that the moment with the head is coming. And I remember, because I've seen this movie so many times, that there's a real big, sudden jump scare sound. So I'm looking ahead and I'm like, oh snap, there's that jump scare. And oh, what's that under there with the song in green? That looks like a peak lining up with the blue peak. And I'm getting really excited. Oh, that was so good. It was so good. It was so good. So I was getting disappointed, but now I'm like, oh, my God, I'm in. I need to see what else lines up because it's already amazing. Now, at this point, the album has, of course, started again because that was on the run. And then we get into Time. And there's a real nice moment in Time when the guitar solo starts and these doors open and all the tourists are coming into town for July 4th. And it's just this awful, foreboding thing. I think in the film it was kind of nice music. But now it feels just this awful, foreboding feeling because you know something awful is going to happen. Money starts, and we get into the next shark attack. Kind of kicks into high gear there when the shark bites the leg off the dude there. Us and Them is nicely played under this moment with Roy Scheider and his wife there before he gets on the boat to track down the shark. At this point, you know, I'm really looking for something strong to latch on to. And then those organs kick in on Brain Damage at a perfect moment. I mean, that beat, that was the frame Brody shot up in surprise at the shark. I mean, that right when Brain Damage kicked in. I haven't smoked weed in years, by the way. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie was almost nothing. I mean, we can't expect to hit every moment, and we already got some good ones, but there's not much left. I'll go through a couple little things. Money has a great climax that hits right when the ship explodes. And there's a nice little horn that plays right when the shark opens its mouth. With another good climax right as the teeth bear down on Robert Shaw's legs. And although the explosion of the shark doesn't sync up with any specific beats, I like Any Color You Like playing as just the blood from the shark flows through the ocean water. But even with that, at this point, I was just looking for things to like and just reaching. So what started out as incredible, I mean, life-changing, petered out to nearly nothing, but I still felt like I should make a video about it. I mean, the past two videos, the popularity has, 2,000 views. I'm thinking I should do this full time. In all seriousness, I do plan to upload some more videos to this channel that are more than kind of these frivolous, fun things. I'm just kind of doing this for fun lately. But I do have an honest-to-God video that I'm going to upload in the next few weeks. So, thank you, guys.